You just have to take a leap of faith.
You know, man, sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith. So guys, me and T have never done something like this before.
Don't care who is upset. I really don't care at this point. I've been holding this back for a long time. I never wanted to come on live to do anything like this. You understand? And when Renee came into my life, I made a promise to her, and she made a promise to me that we were never going to come on live ever and talk about each other. But since she went on live today and she's saying, oh, she who, and this and that, I really have to address this. So everybody has been warning me about this girl. And you know, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. You understand? I gave her the benefits of the doubt. I never wanted to speak about her. I never wanted this to be on the internet. I've never wanted this to be like this. About the card situation. So, about the card situation. When she ready to come and tell people how her card was used, then I will talk about it. So she needs to tell people how her card was used, who used her card, and that's what she needs to tell people. Until she come on the internet and she tell people what is the reason she was crying when she was in Jamaica, then you can come and chat to me. So, I have been the bigger person. I have tried to be the bigger person in this situation. I have been messaging this girl time after time after time. She needs to tell people what is her real reason why she's not in Houston. Tell people what is the real reason why you're not in Houston. I'm not going to be rude, but this is what I need. I don't need nobody to come on the internet. I don't need nobody to come into my Instagram or come into none of my messages and tell me anything that she has been saying about me. I really don't care. So, she went to Jamaica. And when she went to Jamaica, I think everybody saw the video when I was telling her, you know, Renee, you're going there on business. Go to do your business and come back 3 weeks. Okay? I said 3 weeks. While she was there, the Friday before the whole situation that happened with her and her boyfriend or whatever the boy is to her, she called me and she said, oh, I don't think I'm going to be I don't want to come back to Houston, this and whatever. I said to her, you sign a lease agreement. You understand? I went and took this apartment out for this girl. And I said, you signed a lease agreement. You can't just get up and jump just because you don't want to come back to America. You understand? She said, oh, me and babe are going to go ahead and get an apartment out in Jamaica. So I said, okay, it's up to you. You could do whatever you want to do. But remember, you have your lease. You have your rent to pay. So this happened in February. She paid her February rent. So this stuff happened with her and the boyfriend the end of February. So March 1st is coming, and her March 1st rent is due. And she haven't paid her rent. Her subscriber sent her money, whatever. I bought the ticket for her to come back up here. And everybody want to say what all they want to say. I really don't care at this point. Her subscriber gave her money. I bought the ticket. She came back up here. She says she's going back to Jamaica to get her money or whatever. The Friday morning, Renee left here. I catch her. I don't know whoever, her friend, the girl, what's her name, from England, sent her money to my Cash App to pay for her Uber. I scheduled the Uber because I had to go to work the morning and I could not take her to the airport. I scheduled the Uber. And I'm not upset with this girl because this girl went to Jamaica. I am really not upset with her. You understand? I really don't care. What I'm upset with about is the motherfucking principle. That is what I am upset about. The principle. So I called the Uber for her. She reached to Jamaica the Friday. This girl never texts me the Friday and tell me she reached to Jamaica. So I think it was when the whole Chrissy and Cushion stuff was going on and all that stuff. That is when I heard from this girl. Remember, her rent is due. I haven't gotten the rent as yet. I'm talking to y'all on the phone. So, I don't want to miss no points. So, this girl, rent is due. Your rent is due and you take up your money and you give man and you not pay your fucking rent. You understand? You took up your money and give a man and you not pay your rent. Then you want to go on your live and talk about, oh, so let's get back to it. Her March rent is due and she haven't even paid her March rent. April come and she haven't paid her rent. I message this girl day in, day out, day in, day out. Every time I have to be the one that's messaging her and asking her for her rent. Why must I message you and ask you for your rent and you know your rent is due? Like I say, I'm not going to come here and call her out of her name. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put my point across and whosoever... I don't want nobody to message me after this. So, the first thing was something with her YouTube chat. No, something with her Shopify and somebody in the UK card and something and the bank blocked it and whatever. I said, cool. So she said, try to see if she's going to try to see if she could do it on Monday. I don't want to lie. The messages is in this phone that I'm talking to you on, that I'm on the live on. It's the principle. Then she haven't paid her rent. The whole situation happened with her and Stephanie. I really don't care. You understand? Stephanie, I met Stephanie through Renee. And to be honest, when I was on my live, I didn't even realize that. I didn't even remember that Stephanie was a moderator on my channel. To be honest, like on my channel, I didn't remember Stephanie was a moderator on my channel until the person said, why Stephanie is a moderator. And I didn't say anything. I didn't brush it. I brushed it off because I'm like, I really don't care. So, when now, a couple days after, I reach out to her, I message her, and She haven't responded about the rent. 2 days passed by. And she haven't said anything about the rent. This girl, rent is due. Your rent is due and you take up your money and you give man and you not pay your fucking rent. You understand? You took up your money and give a man and you not pay your rent. Then you want to go on your live and talk about, oh, so I reached out to her aunt and I explained the situation to her aunt and I told the aunt what was going on. And apparently the aunt reached out to her. And she reached back out to me and she said, oh, I crossed the line and this and that and all kind of stuff. I should have never reached out to her aunt and all kind of bullshit. At the end of the day, it's about the rent. I really don't care what you have to say. Then we haven't spoke again after that. Then she messaged me and then she apologized. No, I think no, I don't remember if she apologized. I don't want to lie. She said, you know, she really thankful for everything that I've done for her and what's not. She really appreciated and whatever, move on. And then she's gonna say, whenever she sell the car, that's when she is going to pay me the rent, send the money for the rent. No, she have all this, she go on big and mighty.
You dirty blood clot, yo. You dirty bumbo clot, yo. You stink no blood clot, dirty germs carry, dirty.
Big and mighty. And she no pay the rent. You understand? That is my thing.
My body in a real life, I'm gonna kick up your blood clot and want me see a bitch.
You haven't paid the rent. Pay the rent. You understand? That's for me. I don't care. Pay the rent. That's what bothers me. Pay the rent. That's all that I care about.
Don't see me a play no hypocrite with me. Bitch, if you don't like me, avoid me. I'm gonna suck your mother.
I put this photo up, and I drop him. Cause I don't care.
Pretty girl, I'm a hustler. This bitch is acting tough. What the fuck is up? I got you acting up. You wasn't bad enough. Him tell me suck the cock. He like.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Miss R Fabulous, pretty pin any side and pretty in real life. Woyoiii, and welcome back to my video. If you're new to my channel, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Renee. Thank you guys so much for clicking this video. Please do not forget to click that bell and subscribe to this channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, big up yourself all the time. You lot are locked in. You guys know I love you lot so much. The title of this video, you already know that I'm going to be continuing part 2 of the story time, telling you guys what basically went down in Houston, why I decided to leave Houston, pack my suitcase and leave. I haven't slept in 24 hours. I have really severe insomnia, or whatever you call that shit. I haven't slept in 24 hours. I'm trying to stop smoking as well. My balance on my routine is completely off right now, but I really need to just get this story time out and close this chapter. Just a disclaimer, the reason why I'm doing this video is because this girl went on social media and spoke about me first. This girl went on social media and told lies in her fucking SUV car. And anybody that knows me or knows of me, that I will speak up and defend myself. First and foremost, I don't care about people talking about, oh, she's a Christian lady, I'm being too harsh on her. Baby girl, Christian or not, you could be from any religion. I don't give a fuck where you're from, respectfully. At the end of the day, don't be doing what you're doing to people and think, oh, people are not going to speak up. Same way people speak up about me on social media is the same way I'm allowed to speak up about them when they chat shit on my name. So people want to be talking about, oh, she's Christian, you're going too hard on her. I left this situation. I left Houston. I decided to myself, I'm not going to bring this on social media. I'm not going to talk about it. I never spoke about it on social media first. She brought it to the media. And when she brought it to the media, social media started attacking me and running with certain things. Like saying, oh, Renee, she's a Christian, she's this, she's that. Okay, babe, I believe in God, but I'm a sinner. So where do we go from there? I'm pretty sure that you believe in your religion, but you're a sinner. Just because you believe in God and you're a Christian person means that you don't have to hold it. Moving on. In this video, I'm also going to take full accountability for picking up myself and going to a whole nother country on a 90 days visa, and I'm shopping for fucking furniture like some clown. Like, how you shopping, Renee, for furniture in a whole nother country and you don't even have a permit, you don't even have the right to be fucking living in that country. So at the end of the day, I do see where I went wrong in this situation. I do see how I made myself be put in a situation like this, but at the end of the day, I've held accountability for that. I can own up and say, you know what, I am also in the wrong for picking up myself and going to a whole other country on a 90 days visa, not allowed to live in the country, but because I wanted to escape from the UK and because I was so desperate to leave the United Kingdom, I wasn't thinking straight because of my vulnerability and where I was in my life at that point in time. I wrote a few stuff in my phone in the notes I really want to speak on before I get into the story time. She went into her SUV car, she sat in the car park downstairs of her apartment like she always does and bangs the steering wheel, spoke about me on live, and she brought things to social media. Also saw a different video of her speaking about me the first time she brought it to social media, but I can't seem to find that clip. But I managed to find these clips of her speaking on social media about me in her car. So I'm just basically going to just reply back to what she said, because this is the first time I've absolutely seen her and heard the things that's come out her mouth, because I've literally blocked a lot of pages that screen records my life, that posts me on social media. Out of sight is out of mind. Her little car rant, she said, we made a promise we would never speak on each other on social media. Me and Tia made a promise that we will never bring none of our problems to social media. Any issue that me and her have, we'll fix it off social media. We're not going to bring nothing to the net. You understand what I'm saying? Who brought it to the social media? You did. You're stating that the reason why you basically brought this to social media because I didn't pay you the rent, right? Okay, but you used my card. You used my bank card, you put me minus, and you think I'm going to pay the following rent that's owed. No, I'm not going to do that, baby girl. This is not chess. Do you understand? This is not chess. I don't play chess. And you're not going to fool me and think you can use your head around me. Basically saying that me and her made a promise that we'll never come on social media. But babe, you came on social media with the argument. You came on social media with this and you brought this to social media in the first place. I never brought nothing to social media. You did, Bob. She also said, oh, when Renee came into my life. Baby girl, I never came into your life. You came into my blood clot life, okay? You came into my life. You met me when I was very, very vulnerable. You reached out to me to help Shani. You also went out your way to try and help me. I never came into your life. I didn't know who you was. I never reached out to you. Here, make it make sense. You come on social media, sit in your car and talking shit at your ass, babe. Like, babe, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Yes, I know that, but own your fucking shit. Same way I have to own my shit because the world likes to bring me down and attack me. Oh, Renee's this, Renee's that. I have to own my shit at the end of the day because my shit can't make patty. But babe, let's not do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that because everybody hates me. She said about the card situation, when she's ready to speak about it, she needs to tell people who used her card and come chat to me. You used my card and you told me your stepsister and her boyfriend used my card. That is what you said. You told me on the phone when I called you when I was in the Airbnb, right, at Bridgeport area in Portmore. You told me that your stepsister Majesty and her boyfriend, the dreadlocks guy, used my bank card. That is what you told me. How can you come on social media and say to the people of the nation that Renee knows who used her bank card? The guy in Jamaica used her bank card. No, the guy that I had a scandal with in Jamaica never used my bank card. He never used my bank card because I left my bank card in her house, people. The day when I was going to the airport, I took my auntie's nationwide card behind my phone and I had both of the cards behind my phone. And the green Wood Forest card dropped in the middle of the sofa. Do you understand? And I didn't realise that my card dropped until I got to the airport. I realised that my card dropped when I got to the airport. She's talking about, oh, I know who used my bank card. I'm lying on her. Baby girl, I don't have to lie on you, okay? I don't have to lie on anybody for free because my shit can't make patty. Tell people what's the real reason why you left Houston. You know the real reason why I left Houston. The real reason why I left Houston is because what she was doing. She was doing a lot of bullshit. That's why I left Houston. And two, I wanted a break from Houston. I was in Houston for a month. And the whole time I was in Houston, it was a fucking nightmare because of you. England to find peace. I left England to go to another country and be happy and find my zen, okay? And to better myself completely. When I left England, you knew so much about me and yet you still brought trouble towards me. You're gonna say, oh, tell people the real reason why I left Houston. Baby girl, you know why I left Houston. You know this. The break from America. Because you are the same person that sat in your car and apologized to me when you banged the steering wheel and started crying hysterically. You know why I left Houston. So are you going to come on social media and say, oh, tell people the real reason why you left Houston, like I left Houston over any stupidness, or I left Houston over man? No. Do this thing for the social media to make social media think a certain type of way, baby girl. Don't do that. Do better. I'm upset about the principal. She reached to Jamaica. This girl never texted me and told me she reached to Jamaica. Tia, you're not my mother. The thing about you that I don't like is that the whole time I've been in Houston for the whole month, you tried to control me like I'm a little ute. Control me like you my nappies when I was a baby, or you put pad on my front. You tried to control me like you're my mother. You're not my mother. You're not my father. The reason why when I reached into America, I needed a break from you. Like I felt like you were sucking the living daylights out of my neck like a vampire. I need to get away from you. If I'm on the phone to somebody, you're asking me who I'm on the phone to. If I want to go somewhere, I want to fly to another country, you ask me, oh no, Ren, don't go nowhere. I go to my homeland, you're talking about, oh, make sure you go to Jamaica for 3 weeks only. Tia, you're not my mum. Okay, in that case, go have a child. You want to babysit somebody, look after somebody and nurture somebody. Why? When I landed in Jamaica, I didn't text you and I didn't even bother you because at the time, my head was in so many different places. I was so fed up. I was stressed out. I needed a whole new change of environment for a minute because, girl, you was doing the absolute most in America. Said you take up your money and give man but not paying your rent. Let me tell you something. I won't be the last female on this world that will mind a man. Every single guy I've been with, yes, I have spent money on them. I have bought them designers, I bought them stuff, I've spent money on them, and I'm not doing that shit no more. I've learned enough times, and I've told everybody on social media that those days are done. Those days won't reach me in this life again. Do you understand what I'm saying? Bob's your uncle. You're sitting in your car talking about, oh, I pick up myself and I'm spending money on man before I pay my rent. Tia, is it any of your business what I want to do with my money? Same way, when you have your money or when you do have money, I'm pretty sure you like to send money to your family members, to your husband in Antigua. So don't come on social media and worry about who and what am I doing with my funds, okay? Because I didn't pay the following rent. I paid my rent, the first month rent and deposit. I paid February's rent, and you said that yourself in this fucking video, okay? So don't come on social media and make it seem like, oh, I was staying in your apartment the whole time and I never fucking paid the rent. First and foremost, slept in that apartment apart from one night. Me and you slept on the floor and our backs was killing us. And then we went back to your house. Okay, and the whole reason why we slept in that house was because what you done to Majesty, the apartment that you gave me, and you said, oh, Ren, let's stay here for a night because it's bad energy over there. Slept in the empty room on the floor with watching the TV that I set up. Okay, so don't make it seem as if, oh, I was just living in America and I never paid no money and I never paid you no rent and I never did this and never that. The funniest thing is, Tia, while you came on social media and you told social media how much I wasn't paying my rent, I wasn't doing this, I wasn't that, you was the one getting evicted, baby girl. Let's talk about it. You was the one that was getting evicted. So ironic for you to come on social media and tell the whole world I wasn't paying my rent, I wasn't doing this, but you couldn't even afford your own rent. You couldn't even afford to pay 500 and something US to pay your half of your rent because Majesty was paying the other half. But you want to come on social media and make it seem as if, oh no, I gave this girl a house, I put this girl up and she never gave me no money, she never gave me this, she never paid her rent. Baby girl, go to hell and back, respectfully. She also said, I've been messaging this girl time after again and she's been airing me. Yes, you're goddamn right, I've been airing you. Every time Tia was messaging me, I was ignoring her. You know why I was ignoring her? Because she used my bank card and she lied in my ears and told me she don't know what happened to my card. She kept changing her story. 1 minute she told me she left my card on the kitchen counter table. The next minute she told me she put the card under the bed. Like, you're going to take me for some idiot. She also stated that, oh, I had a problem or I messaged her regarding her and Stephanie. Yes, I fucking did message you because everybody was contacting me saying, oh, how is your friend friending up with somebody that don't like you? Let me make something very, very very clear. Any girl that I'm friends with, any girl that fucks with my ops or fucks with any bitch that don't like me in this life, you're not my friend and I'll cut you the fuck off. Not into Stephanie no more. Why are you all up in Stephanie's Kool-Aid? That is the question. Because you can't be talking to a bitch that brought me down on social media, that anything that's negative about me, she entertains it. Any girl that's talking about me on social media, she's commenting in the comment section about me. Like, if somebody's dragging me, she's dragging me as well in the comment section. So if you're saying that you're my friend and you're rooting for me and you're in my corner, you're calling my phone every single day in Jamaica, you're trying to check if I'm okay in Jamaica, you're having conversations with me and you're talking on the phone at night time, me and you are praying on the phone, but then the girl that don't like me, that's my op, you're in every comment section with her, you're having phone conversations on the phone with her, and you're on social media with her, you think people and my supporters are not going to come and tell me what's going on? No, I'm going to cut you the fuck off. I don't chat to nobody that chats to people that I don't like, and that's my op, and I'm very sorry about that. Message you, I'm not going to lie about that. I put up my big ass drawers and I'm going to tell you I did message you. Realised that I no longer wanted to come back to America. This was it for me. I know that the situation is not going to get better. It's going to get worse because one, like I said, I'm not driving in America. Two, I feel like I have to always depend on her to drive me places. I don't like to feel like somebody has control of me. Started to realise that this girl was so obsessed. Anything I do, she wants to know everything I'm doing like I'm her child. I started to say to myself, you know what? I need to get out of this country. I'm just going to go to Jamaica, blah, blah, blah. And I made up my mind and said, you know what? I'm not going to go back to Houston. It's either I stay in Jamaica, cool off for a bit, or I'll just go back to the UK and sort my shit out. I decided that I'm not going to come back to America, but then I also thought about her and I said, you know what? Took this house out for me and she signed the lease and all these things, and see if I can find somebody to go into the house. It's so ironic that some girl messaged me on Instagram. Girl messaged me and she said to me, hey Renee, I know you're currently in Jamaica right now, but are you interested in renting out the apartment that you're staying in? Right? I typed back to the girl and I said to the girl, I'm no longer going to be coming back to Houston, but if you would like to stay in that property until the lease is finished, you just have to pay the first month's rent and deposit up front. You have to pay the person that took the house out for me. She said, that's not a problem, that's fine. If I could tell the girl and get them to speak with each other, sort it out. I went back to Tia and I spoke to Tia and I said to Tia, I'm not coming back to America. I've decided that I'm no longer going to move to Houston. I'm just going to either stay in Jamaica for a bit and then go back to the United Kingdom. And I said to her, I have somebody that would like to stay in the house and pay you the following rent until the lease is done. The girl said that she'll pay the first month's rent and deposit up front when she comes over to Houston. Tia went crazy and schizophrenic on me and was like, oh, I took our house for you. How dare you tell me you're trying to put somebody in the house? Like, are you crazy, Renee? Like, no, I'm not making no stranger live in my house that I took out for you. Baby girl, are you forgetting that I was a stranger when you met me? Are you forgetting that you put me in a house and you don't even know me? So what's the difference of you putting somebody else in the house to cover the rent? What's the difference? Because I was a stranger too, babes. I started to realise it wasn't really about the rent, because at the end of the day, if I'm trying to sort out the situation so that you are not in debt, if I'm trying to find an alternative situation to sort out so that somebody can come into that house, live in that house and pay you the rent every single month, that's also offered to pay you the first month's rent and deposit up front. Do you understand what I'm saying? What is the issue? Like, your main focus right now is the fact that you want the rent to be paid every month so that it doesn't mess you up. You shut it down. Even though I'm not Ella, you fucking shut it down and you said no. So I left it as that and I told you, listen, I ain't coming back. And I told you another reason why I'm not coming back, because I got stopped in the airport in Fort Lauderdale. Immigration was on my ass and they put me in a room and they questioned the shit out of me. Tia said that I signed the lease papers to the house, right? No, I didn't. How are you going to come on social media and tell the world that I signed lease papers? How am I supposed to sign lease papers when I don't have no ID? I don't have no American ID. I don't have no work permit, right? I don't have no American passport. I'm not an American citizen of the country. So how could I sign lease papers to take out a whole apartment? Last time I checked, when you live in the United States or when you live in England or any other country and you're trying to rent a property for a year or 2 years, you need to be a citizen of that country. One, I don't have a green card. Two, right? I don't have a driving license in America, right? You was the same person that said, oh, there's ways you can go about it. I don't have to come on social media and I don't have to cap for social media. I don't have to beg for likes on social media. I don't have to tell lies on certain people so social media can like me and I can gain likes. No, I'm me, and I'm always going to stand on my 10 toes that God gave me. So at the end of the day, you coming on social media, you stating that, oh, I signed lease papers. Baby girl, I did not sign lease papers. I paid the rent off my Nationwide card tier. Right? And the receipt came back, and it came back into your name because all the documentation is in your name anyway, right? Even before I left the country and I picked up myself to go to America, you sent me contracts in the email and everything was in your name, okay? And you sent me contract of you signing the leasing documentations, right? In the email, in the PDF shit. You know them ones when, like, you're taking out a property and they send you like the digital contracts and stuff, and they tell you to click the link and it will take you to a next page and you have to digitally sign it and stuff. That is what she did. When I arrived into Houston, I then followed her to the apartment and she signed all the paperwork, everything. And then after, she handed the keys to me. You was messaging my family members and you was messaging my auntie, and I got at you for it. I didn't have an issue with her messaging my auntie. If you're going to message my auntie, you tell the fucking truth. But do not message my auntie and try to paint a narrative and a picture as if, oh, Renee came to Houston, Renee used me, Renee abused me mentally, she didn't pay her rent. My auntie asks you, what's the reason for Renee not paying her rent? What really happened? Because when I asked Renee, Renee don't tell me nothing. Auntie, and I turned around and I said, you know what? Because you're lying to my auntie and you're painting a picture to my auntie, I'm not even gonna fucking reply to you. I started airing you, my girl. You kept trying to go around me. You kept trying to manipulate me in this video where I left up in part 1. At this point now, Tia and Majesty are going back and forward. They're arguing. It's tense in the house. They're both not speaking to each other. They're both waking up in the morning. They're not saying hello to each other. The energy's completely shift. It was completely off. Nobody was talking to each other. I'm standing there like a lost puppy. I'm trying to figure out, okay, so if Majesty says hello to me, should I say hello back to her? Like, I'm a bit confused at this point. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Tia's text Majesty asking to speak to her. I said to Tia, I'll go downstairs and you lot have a conversation. I've left the house. Them two are speaking. Them two are having a conversation. They got into an argument now because Tia's telling her how much she's not happy with the fact that you're bringing this man into the house. This man don't do nothing for you. This man don't even give you money for nothing. Blah, blah, blah. So Majesty's arguing back with Tia. Them two are going back and forward. I've come back into the house now. Tia's telling Majesty how much, oh, you don't wash up the plates, you don't do nothing, all you do is get up and go to work and smoke weed, and you bring man into this house. And them two are going back, them two are arguing. Me being me, I'm sitting in the chair and I'm just doing this. I'm minding my business. Majesty packed herself up and went to work. Me and her in the living room sitting down. She's stressed out as hell. Like, she walked outside the house. She went downstairs to sit in her car. I was in the living room just sitting on my phone, scrolling through Instagram. She comes upstairs and she said, Ren, what am I going to do, Ren? Like, I said, Tia, you said to trust in God. I said, Tia, you said to trust in God, Tia. So that's all I'm leaving you, to trust in God. Oh, can we just go and see if I can get some money? We went to 4 loan companies. Do you understand? We went to 4 loan companies to see if she could take out a loan. Said she had a certain time frame where she needed to pay the rent and it was catching up to her. Majesty was good. Majesty got paid. Majesty borrowed $100 US from her mom, and Majesty put her rent money on the kitchen countertop. It was just Tia that was walking around like a lost soul, struggling and stressing herself out. And me at the time as her friend, I'm willing to sacrifice things that I bought for my empty house to basically go and return back so that she could literally have the money to make up to pay her rent. Even reached out to my auntie to borrow money. My auntie, she didn't have it, but she gave me money. So at the time, it's like I'm doing so many things trying to help her out. I'm reaching out to people in the UK. I'm reaching out to my friends, asking if they could lend me money so I can give this girl. Everybody just didn't have money at the time. We went downstairs and we jumped in the car and we went to the loan shops and whatever. We went to the loan shops. We went to see if she could take out a loan. They declined her. All the loan company was saying that her credit was really bad. They can't give her the money, that she's failed the credit check and stuff. You want to come on social media and say, I fucked up your credit. My girl, you fucked up your own blood clot credit. Yeah, so don't come here on social media and say, Renee, fuck up your credit. You fucked up your own credit, because when we was going to the loan shops, trying to see if they can give you the money, they wasn't even trying to give you 200 US. Said your credit was bad. All 4 of them declined her. Finished going to the loan shop and stuff, and I said to Tia, why don't you just ask your auntie and stuff like that? So later on, she took me to her auntie's house, right? Some lady's house where it was like Majesty's auntie's house, right? Because I met Majesty's sister, who as soon as she saw me, she was like, oh, you're Miss R Fabulous, you're that YouTuber, I watch your story times. I was like, hi, whatever, like exchange words with her and stuff like that. She took me there, she got food, the lady packed up food and stuff and gave it to her and said she can take it and stuff like that because she didn't need it. Back to the house now, we're back on the drawing board, we're trying to figure out what are we gonna do. Tia had to go work the following day. She went downstairs to speak to the leasing company people, because like I said, American houses, a lot of these are beautiful apartments, they have the leasing office downstairs. Anything that's wrong with the property, anything that's wrong with the house, you go downstairs and you tell them what's going on. So we went downstairs, right? She was telling me to stay outside. I said, no, I'm not. Why would I stay outside when I can go inside in the leasing office and sit down in the waiting area? Followed her and I sat in the waiting area. She was acting so off. Her energy was so off. She was acting so booky, so weird. And I was like, why is she moving like that? Like, so when she went inside, I stood at the door and she was talking to the leasing people, letters and stuff to the man downstairs, right? And she was talking to the man and she told the man her circumstances and how come the rent couldn't be paid. Now, as she's having the conversation, I'm outside listening to her because, like I told you, lot, her energy was off. From time she's telling me to stay outside, don't come in, and she'll be back soon. I'm like, you're weird, because I could just sit down in the waiting area. It's not that deep. Side the door, she was having her conversation. These times she thought that I was sitting in the waiting area. No, I was listening to her because she was moving weird. When she was talking to the man, I walked in and sat down and I started scrolling on my phone. I heard her saying, oh, the reason why the rent hasn't been able to be paid is because the person that I live with, she's 19 years old. I didn't realize that, you know, she wasn't earning enough money. I didn't check her pay slips. She's my stepsister. I thought it was a good idea for me to move in with her and we will go half on the rent, but I didn't check her pay slips. I didn't ask her how much she was earning, so I didn't realize that she wasn't earning enough money to cover her rent. Oh, I have my half of the rent, but she just doesn't have her half of the rent. The lady was like, well, we've given you guys enough time, we've sent you lot 2 letters, we've told you lot that you guys will be evicted if you lot don't make the money up within a certain time frame. Now, she literally had 24 hours left, guys, to pay the rent. She had 24 hours left to pay the rent, and she was sitting there blaming everything on Majesty. She was sitting there lying on the poor little girl, saying that, oh, the girl didn't have her money, the girl was short, the girl is trying to hustle to get the money to pay for her half of the rent. Like, she was just sitting there chatting bare shit and lying on the poor little girl. And I sat there and my mouth was like, and I never said nothing. It just showed me, like, you're fucking tapped. It just showed me that you're so tapped to sit there and push everything and blame everything on this little girl and say that because of her age and she's never lived by herself before, she can't afford to pay the rent. And you wasn't checking that she was only getting $80 a week or $100 a week from fucking the Dollar Tree. So I sat there and then I just picked up myself and I left and I walked out because I was pissed off. I was so pissed off because it's like, you just sat there and blamed everything on this little girl. And you know you're the reason why the rent's not being paid. You know you're struggling right now. You know that me and you have been running around in Houston, Texas, Missouri City, looking for an alternative for how we're going to pay the rent. You know that. After we left there, she contacted someone from her family in Antigua, right? And she was asking people in Antigua if she could borrow money. She was asking her friend from Antigua. Her friend sent her, like, I think it was 50 US. It was nothing more than 70 US, I promise. The girl sent her money and was like, oh, this is all I have, Tia, blah, blah, blah. So we went to go pick up the money from somewhere. I stayed in the car park and she went to pick up the money. And when she picked up the money, we went to some bank place. It's not like a bank where you can just walk inside the bank. It looks like a petrol station, but it's not a petrol station. If you drive into it, you have to press something on the machine and we're still in the car, and then you put your card in or whatever, and then some little like cylinder case comes up, tells you to put the cash in it and put your card or something like that in it, and then you push it back down and it gives you back your card and it puts your money in your account. I don't know what it's called, I don't know what it is, but I just know that she deposited money by sitting in her car and it looked like a fucking gas station to me. Asked her husband for money. Her husband said he didn't have no money to send to her to pay for the rent. Was literally begging. Everybody, even me, was begging. She asked me to go back on social media and ask my followers and my supporters for the extra money. I said, Tia, I'm not going on social media and I'm not begging nobody for money because they crucified me on Shea Bar. They crucified me on every blog page, every TikTok meme pages of me. They made me a meme in America, and I'm not going on social media asking for money again. So please, like, any way you have to try and get this money, let's just try and get this money, because I cannot do it. Like, I can't go on social media and beg. I'm not doing it again. Tia, why don't you reach out back to that girl who you said wanted you to babysit, and babysit her son and get the money and then just pay the rent with it? So she called the girl, and the girl said, okay, no problem, like, just make sure that you babysit him for these days or whatever. So the girl sent the money to Tia, and that's how come Tia finished paying off the rent. How come Tia paid her rent? You want to come on social media, you want to tell people, oh, Renee left Houston and didn't pay her rent. Baby girl, for the whole time in America, you was getting evicted. And the whole time in America, you couldn't even afford to pay your rent. I booked my ticket to go to Jamaica. I was laying in the Airbnb, the bed in the Airbnb, and all I kept hearing was ding, 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 ding. Like, my emails was going off. I didn't know what was going on. I went in my email and I saw the bank emailed me notification stating that my card was used at such and such and such and such places. I said, what the fuck? I called the bank and I said to the bank, card's being used, but it's not me using my card. I think someone's doing fraud on my card. The bank said to me, oh, I've exceeded my overdraft limit. That is what the bank said to me. My overdraft was $500 US. My card was left in America. Called Tia and I said to Tia, I dropped my card, right? She said to me that, oh, she's going to have a look. She's going to look in the house. She's going to check the house and stuff like that. She called me back and she said to me, oh, I found the card. Okay, can you put the card up for me? Put it in your room somewhere. Please put it somewhere where nobody can get the card, to provide proof that I was not in the United States of America. I told the bank that I was not in America when my card was being used. I came up later on that day and they said to me I have to come to America, come inside the bank and speak to somebody. Cool, I will come back to America, but I don't know when I'm coming back to America because I'm in Jamaica for a few months. That's what I said to the man. So he said, when I do get the chance to come to America, I should come to America and sort this out, because day by day I will be getting charged. What happened to the card? Who used the card? Tia, you told me that you put the card under your mattress. Now you're telling me you put the card on your kitchen counter table. Which one is it? She stuttered. She goes, Ren, can you hear me, Ren? I said, yes, Tia. She goes, oh, I put it on the kitchen counter table, but I was cleaning up the living room and the kitchen, so I rested there. But I put it under the bed as well. I said, Tia, it's either you put it under the bed or you put it under the kitchen counter, because somebody has used my card. She said, I said, Tia, did you use my card? She said, it's not me, Ren. I would never do that, Ren, I would never use your card. Are you crazy? You think I would ever do something like that to you? I said, Tia, well, somebody's used my card and it's not making sense, because I'm in a minus and they charging me every single day for me being in a minus, bro. She was like, Ren, I think it was Majesty and her boyfriend that used your card, because they was in the living room the whole time when your card was lost. I said, Tia, what do you mean it was just your stepsister and the boyfriend? She goes, Ren, yes, can you please give me Majesty's number? Ask Majesty first before she gives the number. Baby girl, you stupid or what? Because when I was in America and I had my 13 Pro Max, I had Majesty's number and I was texting Majesty. So what are you talking about? She didn't want to give me the number for Majesty and she didn't want to give me the guy's number. Go to Majesty, let me speak to Majesty on the phone. She said, oh, Majesty's not here, Ren. Majesty's at work. I said, Tia, somebody used my card. Oh, she pissed me off. I hanged up the phone. I ignored her. I started ignoring her now. And then you're messaging me every day talking about you want me to pay my blood clot rent. You're telling me on the phone that it wasn't you that used the card. Your stepsister used the card. You don't want to give me your stepsister's number. You don't want me to talk to your stepsister. You're trying to make sure me and her don't speak. You think I'm stupid? Sometimes in life you have to pay the fool to catch the wise. Baby girl, this is not chess. Play chess. The only thing I know to do is tump up my blood clot chest. Certain things that she was doing, I started to clock that she's trying to lie on social media and said she took out a phone for me. When I met Tia, she owed T-Mobile money. She didn't pay her phone bill. And I think she didn't pay her phone bill for 2 months. Telling me about her mum, and she started telling me about her family. She said, Ren, like, I wish I could buy my mum a phone, Ren. My mum has a phone and it's so damaged. It's so broken. She can't even see properly on that phone, Ren. She started to cry. She started to get emotional about her mum. She started talking to me about her mum and her mum's struggles in Antigua. Called up T-Mobile and T-Mobile said to her that you owe us money and you have to pay or your phone bill is going to be suspended. I didn't have the money. She looked at me because I was in her room and she said, Ren, like, I really gotta get another job, Ren. Like, I really gotta get a job, Ren. I got so much shit that I gotta pay for, Ren. Like, I got so much stuff that I gotta pay for, Ren. Like, I'm stressed out, Ren. Like, honestly, Ren, all I do is just, I gotta trust in God, Ren. I try to not stress myself out, Ren, because really and truly, like, I really gotta live to see my mom. Like, I just want to go back to Antigua. I want to go back to my mom and look after my mom. But I'm so stressed out. And she started crying. I'm getting paid soon. I'll give you the money to pay for your T-Mobile bill. She goes, thanks, Ren. And she gave me a hug. No, every time you go to a phone shop, they always want to try and give you the latest phone. They're always trying to tell you to upgrade, to do this and to do that. So now they're talking to her and they're gassing her up to say, oh, you know what? Upgrade your phone and stuff now. I had my 13 Pro Max that I had from the United Kingdom. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, they're persuading her to take out the 14 Pro Max. So she turned around to me and she said, oh, Ren, like, do you want a phone? Like, they're offering me a deal. At the time, there was a deal on 2 phones or some shit like that. I can't remember what the deal was. I said, all right, Tia, like, you could take out the 14 for me. I'll love the 14 and I'll send you my money and I'll give you the money every month to pay my phone bill. Not a problem. So she took out the phone, but we had to pay extra costs. I gave her the money. I paid for her phone bill that she didn't pay, that she owed them, and I paid for the extra cost for the contract or whatever. She called her mum. She told her mum, like, I'm gonna give you my 12 Max, I'm gonna give you this phone, like, I'm so happy. She started crying. Like, even when we was in the car on the way home, she was saying to Ren, I don't think you understand, like, I really appreciate you, Ren, like, you're such a lovely girl, you have such a good heart, Ren. I don't understand why people drag you on social media, Ren. Hugged me, she thanked me, like, she said, I don't think you understand what you're doing for me, like, you're making it possible for me to give my mum my 12 Max. If you go back to my vlogs, all my American vlogs that I did in America, right? While I was in Houston, I was looking for a side hustle. I'm a pretty girl, I'm a hustler. Me and Tia decided that we're going to go and do some casting. We're going to go to these places and do some casting and stuff. I sat down and I was doing Tia's makeup. But you don't know fuck all about makeup. And I was doing her makeup, I was fixing her up, we was getting ready together, we was dressing up together. Like, we was having such a good time. Like, we was going out, I was vlogging going to, you know, to go do some casting and stuff. Philly steak in Houston, right? That means I wasn't meant to vlog today. It's a sign that I shouldn't vlog today. And so we are 3 minutes away from the place. God, we are so nervous. I've never done something like this before. You know, one thing about me, one thing for sure, 2 things for blood clot certain, I'm a hustler.
You know, Ren, you just have to take a leap of faith.
You know, man, sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith. So guys, me and T have never done something like this before, but you know what, we just want to have fun, and there's no crime in earning extra cash legitimately, period. So guys, yeah, we're like 3 minutes away, so we're gonna pull up soon. Okay, we're going to this place. I've never been there before. I think it's the club. So we had to bring like a change of clothes, which is like bikini and some heels, and we had to wear all black. That's why we're dressed like we're going to a funeral. Guys, so obviously we're at the casting call, but like we're very early. Like, we were on time for 6 o'clock, but there's nobody there right now. So I spoke to the lady that's in charge and she was like, oh wow, you're so early, that's so good, like she's not too far away. So I was like, you know what, let me come and get something to eat because I'm so hungry. Guys, I tried, it's like a Subway, but it's not a Subway because it doesn't have any like vegetables or anything like that. Which was literally across the road, the venue where they was doing the casting for the club. Like, later on in the evening, they had an event and they had a party and people came. Me and her went there because we came extremely early. We arrived early to the place, and when we arrived early, the lady was like, oh, you lot can go out, do what you want and just come back. So I went inside the Philly cheesesteak place and I ordered food for myself. Once again, she never had no money. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm ordering food for myself. I'm sitting there, I'm eating the food. She's sitting there, she's watching me eat.
All this one. Huh? behave yourself. Next time, you will not enjoy it like this. Behave yourself.
And she's up telling me I should hurry up. So I said, Tia, like, do you want some? Are you hungry? So I broke it in half and I gave her some, and me and her started eating it. I literally just had, me and Tia just had one. We had one to share. She said she didn't want it, but then she ended up changing her mind, so we shared it. And then after, as I left, I was like, no, I need to go back and have another one because this is incredible. Like, this is so fucking good right now. Guys, you know, have you ever eaten a food so good that you just crave it more? Like, we got up and we went back to the venue, to the place where they're doing the casting. I was still hungry. You know the ones that's, it's like you have to give somebody your food, but you know, like, you're not full. So I went back and I got another one and I started eating it. I started eating it outside and stuff. And then I came inside the place and I said, oh my gosh, like, I'm full. Now, as that's done now, this is the second audition, right? The bathroom, we changed, they came, they asked me questions. When you're a bottle girl, they ask you several questions. They ask you, what's the most expensive drink that you'll give somebody that booked a table? Now, I know, because I party. I'm a type of girl, I like to pair root para. I like to pair root para my way through life. So I'm saying Zaful, I said Hennessy, I said 1942, that people will come and spend money on. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I came back to the table, after I interviewed with them, I went back to the table, was sitting, and she was asking me questions. She said, Ren, like, I don't know what I'm gonna say, Ren. I'm an old lady. I don't even party, Ren. I don't do these things, Ren. I don't show my skin. I don't do these stuff, Ren. You know, I'm married, Ren. I got a husband. Like, I don't do these stuff. What should I say? Can you help me? So I sat down with her and I was coaching her. You need to say this and you need to say that. They're gonna ask you, what's the most expensive drink? What drink would you recommend people that buy tables and stuff? I'm around you, I'm seeing that you're going through stuff, I'm seeing that you're really struggling right now, like you don't have a job, you're not earning enough money to pay for your rent and stuff, so all I'm doing is trying to help you. The whole time when I'm trying to help you, you was never trying to help me genuinely. That Tia was doing was for her own personal fucking gain. She had to help me so that I could help you. I was very vulnerable when I met this girl. I was doing promos. I was banging my promos on Snapchat. I was getting paid £100 for a post, £80 for a post. Almost every day in Houston. Just at the time, my views was popping. People was like money for promo because me moving to a whole nother state, people want to know what's going on. Oh, I didn't have enough money out there. One thing about me, I'm a hustler by nature. So I was literally going on my social media platform saying, hit me up if you want promo. An audition now. We went to a second casting and it was an African casting. Realized that this is basically Deuce's Lounge or LA Lounge. From the United Kingdom, you know what Deuce's Lounge is or LA Lounge is? You know, it's African Central. Okay, I love my Africans, but I'm just letting you guys know. I met some beautiful girls, Houston girls that I put in my vlog. I met them, we was like taking pictures, we was snapping. There was like, I love your accent, girl, you so pretty. They was touching my bum, everything. It was just good vibes. Like, Tia, why are you letting that girl touch your bum?
Every day you come, every day you fuck with. Act like a big man, man. Act like a big man. Every day you come and you fuck with you.
Why are you doing that, Ren? You don't even know these girls and you're taking videos with them. I said, Tia, like, I don't have time. I said, Tia, they're just lovely girls. They're inspiring YouTubers. You know, we're just getting to know each other. We're just bonding. We're just like, we're at an audition for fuck's sakes. Like, why would I come to an audition and sit there with a granny ass face, being antisocial, and I get to know the girls? Bro, this is why being a bottle girl is all about. You have to know how to bond and speak to people and work together in a team. So I'm fucking there bonding with these girls, talking to these girls. They touching my bum, they like shaking my bum and that. Like, I'm lit in real fucking life. I can bond, I can get along with people, bro. And she was just like, no, like, you're doing too much. Like, you don't need to be taking pictures and videos with them. I said, Tia, please leave me alone. Like, and I continued talking to a girl. Her name was Donna at the time, right? She's a beautiful girl. Me and Donna are talking, whatever. We're getting to know each other. We're chopping it up now. She's telling me she's trying to do this whole YouTube thing, blah blah blah. The lady calls us one by one, which is the wife of the guy that owns the place, and he calls us up one by one, and she's basically interviewing us, basically saying, oh, like, do we have experience? Are we able to do this? Are we able to work? Are we able to work on these days, those days, blah blah blah. I passed mine and she told me that I got the job. basically the same night. Tia's asking me, what did she ask, blah blah blah. Like, I'm telling Tia, she's like, Ren, I need to tell you something. Like, Ren, that uncle over there took my number, you know, he told me to message him, he told me to call him when I leave this place. Like, he told me that he wants to like help me out, he gonna give me money and stuff. You see me, I've had my fair share of men where I've literally not want nothing with a man, I just want his money. I've had fair share of men where I've had my sugar daddies, okay? I'm very vocal about that. I turned around and said, Tia, what your husband don't know won't hurt him. If you're coming to me, you're telling me you took this man's number and you're messaging this man and you're getting to know this man and you're going to go to this man's house and he wants to take you on a date, do what you want to be doing.
Wow, the pressure is getting worse.
Go and just finesse. You know you got rent to pay. You know your rent is coming up. You know your rent is due. Chale, just go and do Me, I don't care. I don't care about your business. Whatever you want to do, go do. I don't care. Left the casting place now. She said to me, oh, they gave it to her, whatever. Doing it, she said that she doesn't feel like being a bottle girl's for her. She said that she doesn't feel like this is the right career path for her. I said, babe, I'm only doing this to make some easy cash because I'm not going to go sell my front. What are you going to do then? Because you know your rent's due in a week's time. While she's going to go out with this guy. She's going to see if this guy can give her the money. The guy said he wanted to take her out. She told me the guy is very wealthy and he owns another hotspot. So I went to the house and she's telling me, Ren, I would never go on social media and talk about you, Ren. Like, you can trust me, Ren. I would never go on social media. Just promise me, Ren, you will never go on social media and talk about me, Ren. I said, Tia, I have no reason to go on social media and talk about you if you don't drag me on social media. And I gave her my word. I shaked her hand in the card. I said, Tia, I would never go on social media and talk about you. So you don't got to worry about that. Look at life. Went on social media and you spoke about me and you lied on me. And here I am today doing a part 1, part 2 on you because of you. So if you're sitting there, you're feeling like a dickhead because you're feeling like, oh, I hate this girl because she's done a story time about me. I done it because of you, Tia. I done nothing but left England to come to America because I thought you was a genuine person that was really trying to look out for me. Nothing but helped you. I never hated you. I never envious you. I never bad mind you. I never red eye you for your things yet. Red eye people, I don't bad mind people for the things that they have in life. Everything I was doing was being so genuine to this girl. I want to better her life because I saw that as a 35-year-old woman, she's not able to help herself. So I was trying to help her even though I couldn't even help my fucking self at the time. I just knew that all I need was a month to get back on my fucking feet. I'm grateful and I'm thankful for all my supporters that sent money and donated money to make sure I got back on my feet. Because one, you know I'm not from America, Tia. And you took me to 2 banks to open up an account. A PCN bank place, right? And she said that a lot of Jamaicans come to America and that is the account they open up because you don't need certain documents. You don't need certain papers to open that card. I said, oh, is it? She goes, yeah, Ren. You don't need you don't need a security number. You don't need certain things. You can just go there and open the card. She took me there first. He wasn't able to give me the card the same day. So he took a photocopy of my passport and stuff and then he did everything for me. And she was like, oh, Ren, like, take his number, everything, like, go out with him, go on a date with him. And she was asking him questions like, do you have a girlfriend? My friend likes you. She was telling him I like him and all these things because she was like, Ren, you want to live in America, so you got to do what you got to do, girl. Like, there's ways you can go around this system. Trust me, Ren, like, you got to use this man. Like, she was telling me to talk to this man, use this man, let him get me my papers and stuff in this country, in America. I still took the number anyway. And I think I messaged him and said, this is ready. He replied back to me, but then I just didn't continue the conversation. To the second bank, which is inside of Walmart, okay? And when we went there, they didn't really ask me for much documents. They just asked me for my passport. They asked me what I do for a living. I told them I'm a YouTuber. I showed them my payslip and stuff. You know, it was very quick. It was so quick to open a Wood Forest bank account. She was sitting next to me. The guy was asking me questions. The guy was like to me, would you like an overdraft on your card? I said, yeah, like, sure. Like, I said, how much is the overdraft? Overdraft is 500 US. He then turned around and said to me that if you do not pay your overdraft back within a time frame, you will be charged each day a certain amount. I can't remember the amount that he told me. I'll be charged each day for the account being in a minus, all right, if I haven't paid by the overdraft. Tia sat down with me next to me for the whole time when I was doing the application form, when I was writing up the application form, when I was signing the application form contract. When the guy told me how much my overdraft limit was, Tia sat down with me the whole time. After I finished, right, the guy said to me, would I like to put some money in? I'll have to put 20 US at least into the account. I literally went to the cash point, took out money out of the ATM inside Walmart and gave him money to put inside of the Wood Forest bank account. He said, okay, your card will be ready to use and everything. We left Wood Forest now and we went to Costa because she was running late for work. And she said, Ren, I'm so hungry, Ren, I haven't eaten. Because she took me to these two banks for me to take out a bank account, I said, okay, Tia, like, do you want me to buy you food? So I bought her food. Costco, she bought pizza from Costco and she was eating Costco pizza and she bought a drink. We left and we went to her workplace. I stayed with her the whole day for her 4-hour shift and we went back home. I decided I'm just going to leave America. And whenever Tia was going to work, I was just thinking about my life. I just thought, this trip was meant to be something really good. This trip was supposed to be so fun for me. I wanted to link up with influencers. I wanted to meet my supporters in America. I wanted to like bond with YouTubers, like collaborate. You know, I watch a lot of Americans. I love American YouTubers. I adore them. I love the way they vlog. I love the way they do their shit. And I was so inspired. I wanted to better my content. I wanted to give my United Kingdom supporters better content, better vlogs, put time and effort into my shit. Didn't end well. I stayed in America for 1 month. I stayed into the place that she gave me for 1 night. All my shoes, my handbags, my jacket, my clothes, my boots from I got from Primark, like all my stuff, Tia took my stuff. I don't know what she's done with my clothes. I don't know what she's done with my shoes. I don't know what she's done with any of my stuff. She even took my YouTube 100k plaque. Everything that I moved to America with, she's got it. And I texted her and I said to her, I want my things. And she's going to turn around and say to me, I can't have my stuff because I didn't pay for the rent. Big dirty stinking sour Tia, right? Fuck my things. I said, you know what, Ren? She owe you your blood clot. She probably picked up your shoes, picked up this and picked up that and owe you. I said, you know what? Keep the stuff. I don't even want nothing from that place. Every single thing that I left in that apartment, I will get it back. If anything, God will double and multiply my blessing. It's fine. People to message her to ask for my stuff back and she said to them no. Remember I told you, look, she sat down and she told the people them how much Majesty couldn't pay her rent. It was Majesty's fault. When we came upstairs, she packed her stuff and she went to work. Majesty comes in her house pissed off. I said to the girl, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Tia said that you couldn't afford the rent and you couldn't pay for it. Went absolutely left. She cussed Tia. She said, I'm gonna fuck that bitch up when I see that girl. Ren, I swear I am gonna beat her ass, Ren. You don't want to see me fight. Majesty started telling me something that happened between her and her sister on a cruise ship, and she beat up her sister on the cruise ship. I was like, what? You beat up your blood sister? She goes, yeah, I beat her up in that cruise ship. When I asked Tia turned around and said to me that Majesty never beat up nobody. She got beaten up. It was just too much going on and I couldn't deal with it. And when Tia came back from work, I was texting Tia and I said to Tia that Majesty is going mad in this house and she wants to fight you. And Tia said to me, Ren, like, could you just come downstairs when I come? I don't want to come upstairs. I said, okay, cool. I was watching Majesty packing her things. She was packing her bag. She was upset. She was literally, tears was coming her eyes. She's like, I cannot believe Tia. Like, I can't believe Tia would do this to me. Like, I can't believe Tia would lie on me like that. Renee, you saw me put my half of that rent on that kitchen counter, Renee. Like, how is she going to tell these people I can't pay my rent? Like, why is she doing that to me? Like, I've been nothing but good to this girl, Ren. Like, Tia has been in my life, friend. So I used that time to ask Majesty who paid for her car. I said, Mad, who paid for your car? She goes, my mom. My mom bought me that car. I said, are you sure your mom bought you the car? She goes, Renee, my mom bought me my car. What are you talking about? I was like, well, I got told that Tia's dad bought the car. And she's like, no. Like, what? Like, are you crazy? No, my mom bought me my car. Dad has not bought no car for me. Like, I was like, what the fuck? In my head, I'm thinking, why would Tia lie about that. Like, it's such a, like, why would you lie and say your dad bought the car? In my head, all the time when you're speaking bad about Majesty, you're making it seem as if, like, your dad did so much for this girl more than he's done for you. That was so fucking crazy to me. So after she texted me, she told me to come downstairs because she's here. So I've gone downstairs. As soon as I opened the car, Tia has burst out into tears, hysterically crying, banging the steering wheel. Ren, I'm so sorry, Ren. Ren, I'm so sorry that I brought you to Houston, Ren. Like, I'm so sorry, Ren, because you've been so good to me, Ren. You have helped me out, Ren. Like, you have been so good to me, Ren, and I've literally, like, I've messed up, Ren, and I'm so sorry, Ren. Like, please forgive me.
You dirty blood clot, yo. You dirty bumbo clot, yo. You stink no blood clot, dirty germs you carry.
And I said, Tia, why are you crying? And she's like, because, like, I'm just so stressed, friend. Like, I'm trying to find the money for this house. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm trying to ask everybody for this money, Ren. Like, at this point, Ren, if I have to sell myself, I will sell myself to make this money, Ren. And I told her, I said, Tia, we're not going to do that. And that's when I told her to ask her sister if she could still look after the little boy to make the money. And her sister gave her the money. So I turned around and I used that time and the opportunity to ask Tia about the car situation. I said, Tia, I just want to ask you something because it's been bugging me. You said to me that your dad paid for Majesty's car and got her a car. But Majesty just told me that her mum bought the car for her. And she's like, no, Ren, like, are you sure? I was like, Tia, I just asked Majesty upstairs because me and her were speaking. And I told Majesty that, yeah, we did go to the leasing company and you did speak to the leasing company because she asked. And I told her, yeah, this is what happened. And you told me that your dad paid for the car. And she was like, oh, I thought he did, though. I thought he did pay. And I said, no, Tia, he didn't. Like, her mum bought the car for her, not your dad. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Ren. I actually thought it was my dad. So fucking drained. I was so tired. I was so fed up. It made my depression worse. It made me feel worse. Every time I kept finding myself going for walks downstairs in the leasing area, I would literally put a bikini on and go in the pool area. I would literally chill by myself. I would go to the gym downstairs. I would literally just start listening to gospel music, trying to find my mind. Like, I was just thinking, what are you doing with your life, Renee? Like, come on now. And I said, you know what? I just need to leave Houston because I don't see anything getting better. I just see it getting worse because I have to depend on this girl to drive me to A to P to Z to Z. I have to depend on this girl to do everything for me. She's controlling. She's acting like she's my woman, that we're married. I don't like it. Like, there's so many things going on. There's been lies told already. Like, so many stuff was going on and I just had enough. I said, I got to get the fuck out. And what I did, I just booked my ticket. This situation for me is a learning lesson. It's a big learning lesson for me that a lot of the times where I've been vulnerable in my life, a lot of bad things has happened to me. Nothing good has ever come from Renee being vulnerable. I do take huge accountability for picking myself up and going to a whole nother state to live on a 90 days visa. You know, I should have thought about this situation. I shouldn't have jumped up and moved to America. I should have thought about it the right and correct way. I should have just went with my gut feeling at the time and just went to Jamaica or Dubai. Like, I should have just done that. But at the time, you know, when you're lonely and you want a friend and you're in a dark place and you're going through so much shit, you never do think right. Much as a lot of things went left and a lot of things went wrong, I can just sit here right now to this day and just say I went wrong in certain places as well. Though I had a very shit experience and I had a bad experience in America, it ain't gonna stop me to come to America. I'm still gonna come to America. I'm still gonna Peru power my way through life. Situation with Tia, I've now closed this chapter. I know you sent my passport and shit to that girl. Tia, a kind message. When you're trying to dig a hole for somebody in life, make sure you dig too. Don't think you're gonna try and make my life a living hell and it won't hit you back in your ass. My enemies are strong together than they're strong individually. They have to team up to literally bring me down.
Oh no, I don't near me, kill me and near me. I think you don't want to kill me and near me. I don't want to chop me up and curl goat me. And I must think to me, I look no blood clot sympathy. Me's a bad blood clot girl. I'm not take no fucker from none of blood clot. I want.
Stop playing with me. Every single person that has watched my story time, thank you to every single person that has subscribed to my channel. To all the new subscribers, big up yourself so much. I'm happy that you're able to join this family. And to all my returning subscribers, you guys already know how the thing's set. My loving like cook food. My loving like I love my cheese and beef patty. I want to big up on a nice clean blood clot self. And always remember to put God first in everything that you do. And always be pretty on any side and pretty in our real life. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next story time. Guys.